Hello, and in this video we're going to be looking at conditional formatting. It's the ability of Excel to change the color and the style of text in a cell depending on its value, and also to show some trends and patterns in some data. So let's have a quick look at some examples here. We have 4 examples to quickly go through. The first one is this list here. Fairly straightforward. There's 9 numbers, but what we might want to do is say give me the formatting change of all the numbers bigger than 5. Okay, so we go to conditional formatting here. We can see there's lots of options here. We'll get to these in a minute, but we'll notice there are some greater than, less than, between. Commonly we would use like greater than or less than or between, but let's try greater than here. And it says it's already put the basic one in for us. Anything greater than 5, which we can see is 6 or more, what color do you want it to be? And you can pick one of the default ones, the yellow, and you'll see it changes as we go, the green. Or you can customize the particular formatting of that cell, and you've got very good control over the font. You can even change the style of the data type in there as well if you wanted to. Let's have brown color there for the text. Let's have a blue border around the outside there, and we'll fill the cell in this rather attractive orange color, and we say OK, and OK, and there we are. So any number bigger than 5 is now formatted differently. I didn't change the formatting there, it's done it because of the conditional formatting. And just to prove it, if I type 3 in there, it's changed it back to the original format. And if I put 7 up here, for example, there we are, it's changing the format depending on the value. The second example is well, it's not quite so clear what numbers are bigger than others. So let's select these, and let's have some top rules. So what's the top 10%? So which one is the best, for example? It doesn't have to be 10%. I could say give me the best half, so 50%. Which of those are in the best half? And I'll have that as green. And you can see you can adjust the percentage accordingly, and you can check which values suit your criteria here. Okay, so that's another one. That's just highlighting. And you can apply multiple formatting to the same set of data. So if I now want to pick the bottom end here now, so the bottom 50%, I would like that red, please. Okay, so this one must be exactly 50% because it's neither red or green. Okay. Another example is on text. If the text says a particular word or contains a particular word or part of a word, you can do that. So let's say highlight the cells if they are equal to, and yes, it's not case sensitive, so you can just type yes, and I'll have them being nice green color. Okay, and whilst we're there, let's have the nose being red. There we go. So it's now highlighted all the yeses as green and the no's. So let's switch that to a no to check, and it's switched to red there. Another example is to put a scale on these. So the better performing ones, so say these were test scores, the better performing ones would be green, and maybe the worst ones would be red. So there are several variations, as you can see as I'm hovering over these. There's loads of combinations, but the commonest one is for green is for good, red is for not so good, and amber is somewhere in the middle. So this one, the color bars, has color coded them according to the highest percentage is green. So here there's green, and rather alarmingly this one didn't do so well, it's red. So I'm just going to undo that one to show you some other different scales here. Data bars, this is a nice one. It's recording the percentage and showing you how full the cell is depending on the value. So I can see, I haven't even clicked it, but it's showing you a rather nice scaled diagram of 23% is about a quarter there, 50% is about half. So visually you can see the percentage, which is quite nice. Let's undo that and let's pick another one. We've got icon sets here, so these look like Wi-Fi bars, for example, or we can have arrows to show the better performing ones. Different, as you can see, as you just hover over them, and it shows you various different options for highlighting the cells depending on the value. Let's pop data bars on. Yeah, let's pop data bars on here so we can see that. Now, if for some reason we want to change our mind, we can quickly manage the rules, or we can clear the rules entirely and just get rid of the rules from those particular cells, or every rule all at once. But we can manage the rules here, and we can see what's been applied. So if it's not quite right, we can go back and edit it. Just edit the rule and we say, actually, I want I want that to be yellow instead. Okay, and you can apply it, and it's now yellow. So you can edit the rules if you wish. You can delete the rules here, and you can add more than one rule if you want to whilst you're in this window. So it's got a little bit of management for your conditional formatting. So just to recap, we can highlight cells depending on their value by doing greater than, less than, or equal to. We can highlight cells depending on their value as a percentage, the top half or the bottom half, or a particular percentage. We can highlight cells according to the text inside them, and we can put some nice data bars or color scaling on depending on what we like. Okay, and that is conditional formatting.